This is BOXER, which will be our mechanised infantry vehicle, which we're in the middle of procuring at the moment.
So mechanised infantry vehicle, that's what something like Mastiff has been doing.
Currently the mechanised infantry battalions use the Mastiff vehicle. They also use the Husky and various other platforms that we procured in Afghanistan, and this will replace most of those. So a mechanised infantry battalion will have about 100 of these vehicles when we've got them.
This is basically a people carrier, largely, a heavily armoured people carrier.
Absolutely, that's certainly one of the roles. It will be, in the infantry carrier role, it will have 8 instrument in the back, plus a driver, commander and gunner. Okay. But we'll also have ambulances and command and control vehicles and a specialist carrier as well.
A wheeled vehicle, not a tracked vehicle?
8 wheels, which we find gives us both that strategic mobility to actually get to the fight, but it also gives us the tactical mobility we need on the battlefield if we're going to operate with the Ajax vehicle.
What's different about this to the Mastiff? What's this got that Mastiff hasn't?
So firstly, we've got much more protection, we've got greater mobility, greater endurance, more strategic lift. But one of the key aspects of the vehicle is its modular concept.
Right.
So this comes in 2 parts. The drive module, which is everything below this line and forward of my hand here. And then you have the mission module. And we can lift off this mission module or the crew compartment in probably an hour's time, lift it off and replace it. And you can see the sort of holes. And it's a crane lift to remove that and replace it.
And you can replace that with different kinds of modules?
Correct. So let's say an ambulance was critical to the operation you're going on. We could lift off a module from a working platform, put the ambulance module onto the actual drive module, and then the commander's actually got the module he requires for the specific mission.
And that could be done in the
field? Absolutely.
Let's just take one last quick look around the back and inside, because of course that's where people are going to expect to be. I mean, that is fairly familiar to people who've been in a Mastiff, but is that roomier?
It's much roomier, much more head height, so you're a tall chap, you would certainly fit in whilst wearing your Virtus equipment. And it's got to be comfortable for people. If they're going to be in the back of this vehicle for a 2,000 kilometre road move, you know, they need to be able to get out at the other end fresh and ready to fight. So there's heating, there's air conditioning, there's the storage for sort of 96 hours of combat supplies. It is a comfortable vehicle that, you know, is good on the battlefield, but it's also good at getting there as well.
In terms of what is in there, is any of that a lot? I mean, I'm guessing that's things like external cameras. The Mastiff has those. Is there any new technology in there that's real game changing, or is it just a continuation?
The real change is its open architecture, which means we can plug in the latest communication system, Bowman initially, then onto the Morpheus system. But it also means we can plug on new subsystems as they come into, you know, come from industry into the Army's sort of spatial awareness. So we could put active protection systems on very quickly because of this open architecture, which allows us to plug in to this built-in fibre network, which is the real game changer.
What kind of environments can this cope with?
Well, we already know that it's been used by the German Army in Afghanistan. It trains regularly in the Alps, so it's good at both extremes of temperature. And we certainly see it going most of the places where the British Army operates at the moment and where we envisage the sort of future combat operations to take part.
If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.